I had a great thumbnail and everything set up. This is my second live stream. Welcome. I hope you can hear me. Anyway, I went through the whole thing and set up the thumbnail and all that, which is a very cool thumbnail this time around. Anyway, let's get to talking. I'm Andrea Cannon. I live in Houston, Texas. I've been a musician forever, probably before you were born. Well, maybe not. Anyway, so I play, I compose, and I teach, and I've done a lot of traveling as a clinician. I went to Berklee College of Music, and so now, through the wonders of LiveStream, I'm going to try and teach a little something every week. And last week we talked about Get Out Your Guitar Day, and today we're going to talk about preparing your hands to learn. I've uploaded several YouTube shorts that were what I would call easy classical guitar type pieces, if you're interested in that. And even if you're not, I also have uploaded some jazz pieces, and I have more of those coming this month because, February, Valentine's Day, month of love, all that stuff. So the jazzy love songs seemed like a good fit. Anyway, you can watch those shorts and then come back here for some ideas about how to prepare your hands to learn. Okay, so we're going to talk about one general thing about your posture that will help everything you do, and then a little bit about the left hand, a little bit about the right hand, and so hopefully that will be a good setup for today, and we'll be back next week with more. All right, first things first. You should be on a chair where you can make your feet be flat on the floor. Some people, if they set up classical style, like to use a footrest or other type of guitar rest like this thing. This is called an ergo play. And there's all kinds of those. That's because your body works better if everything's level. So having your feet level and the guitar kind of in the middle, this is being a classical guitar with the rest is going to look like classical position. But a surprise, when you hook up a strap to your guitar, and I have my acoustic over here, and then you stand up with it, the guitar falls in this position, which is nice because it gives your hands equal access. So that's good. So relaxed upper body is the next thing. So feet flat on the floor, and then you want to keep your upper body relaxed. So sometimes when we put our arm on the guitar like this to play, whether it's with a pick or whether it's fingers, which we're going to be talking mostly about fingers today, but we can do a basic pick setup if you want, although I'll probably save that for the jazz, getting your hands ready. Anyway, this is all good for getting your hands ready for any kind of like solo application where you just want to play the guitar and sound nice. And so feet flat on the floor, relaxed upper body. So what happens when we put our arm on the guitar is we do this. That's actually our shoulder. Now your arm does start there, or actually starts back here, but that's okay. So when you move your arm, like if you were swinging it, you wouldn't be doing this necessarily. So think about it that way. Swing your arm and just relax it on the edge of the guitar. So your shoulders should still look just like they do when you're sitting there relaxed. They should basically look the same way. So when you use this hand, again, you're just moving it without doing any sympathetic motion back here. All right, so now you've got your shoulders relaxed. Here's one way to overdo it with your shoulders, and that's to pretend like you're touching your ears with your shoulders, and then just drop them down. because you squished them and pushed them into a place of tension. Hang on. It's showing me that I'm sorry, I'm getting lost in the techniques of this technical side of it. So let's whatever. All righty. I don't know where you can view this, but hopefully it's there somewhere. Anyway, so you've done this to make the tension really obvious, and then you're going to drop down like this. And when you drop down, because they were very tense by being pushed up so hard, they're now really happy to be relaxed. So think about how this relaxed position feels, and then, place your arm, and then that's what we're going to work with. Well, let's just leave the arm right here for now. Then we're going to work with your left hand for a bit. That's kind of a guideline I think about, is something for your left hand, something for your right hand, and then some things you can play together. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. First of all, left hand, first thing is your thumb goes behind the neck. Yes, sometimes we do need to do this. You can't bend a string if your thumb isn't there. But we're not going to do that right now. We're just preparing your hands to go, forward. And so relaxation and room for them to move is a good idea. So for now, let's just say we're going to put your thumb in the middle of the neck so that when your fingers touch the strings, this is an invisible on the neck, right? The neck is in the middle here. So your thumb is here, and you want to think of this part of your thumb as a pillow. It's the pillow part of your thumb, and you're going to set the tip of your left hand middle finger on that pillow, except the guitar neck is in the way. So now, teachers can argue, you could argue whether it should actually be a little further this way, that way, or there may be other arguments as well. But for right now, let's just say you're going to put it in the middle so that when you touch the neck with your fingers, the tip of your middle finger is touching that pillow part of the back of your thumb. Okay? How's that sound? All right. Now we're going to thump. Thump is where you just put your fingers on the strings. So all 4 of your fingers are landing on the strings. You may have learned something like this at some point in your life. Like, this is the first thing everyone should do, is this. Okay, I don't like that. You can do it if you want. But when you stretch your fingers like this, right away, this one's flat, and it's not going to be able to be on the tip because you probably don't have that kind of coordination going yet. I don't know. Anyway, if this is brand new, let's just get used to having a relaxed roundness to your fingers and hit the strings all at once. You don't have to make a sound. You'll probably make a little thump. That's why I call it thumping. And we are in the area of first position, but we're not. Hey, Skittles. Nice to see you. Yeah, I've got a tame little list today. I thought if I just go through these things, I'd kind of like to keep it a little shorter than it was last time, but onward and upward. This is only my second YouTube live stream. So anyway, we're thumping. And in the area of first position, somebody else is here though, because I see a 2, but that's okay. Welcome to all of you. I'll just go down my list. Thumping on open strings. This enables you to think about the shape of your fingers. Notice they all are a little bit curved. So some people use descriptive words to try and get that in your head. You can call it a rainbow. You can call it a candy cane, or any other creative thing you want to call it. So thumping. Yeah, it's going to be Wednesday at 1. You're right. I'm getting better, but I just thought if I say I'm going to be on Wednesday at 1, if you miss Wednesday at 1 Central, because I live in Central. So of course the whole world goes by Central time, right? So anyway, I apologize for that. But I mean, now that I'm doing it, I have other ideas. I can put it on the posts section of this. Okay. Thank you, Skittles. I appreciate that. No, no, I'm happy for the questions, and obviously I need to get more spiffy with this when I have a little more experience and better graphics and whatever. I'm going to look back at these first ones and go, "Hey, thank you guys for even hanging out with me." Anyway, it got on and it was asking me for stream keys and all this other stuff. So, anyway. Oh, it's al arte, mi amigo. Gracias, muchas gracias. Okay, we're thumping left hand position. So good curvature of the fingers and put them all on one string. Don't try to cover frets, just leave it. Now that you want to get a good feeling from all four of your fingers. Thumping, that's what I'm calling it. All righty. So you can always run this back if you're thumping and you say, well, how exactly did that go? So that's why we're going to leave it there. So that's the first thing, is thumping on open strings with your left hand. Now, eventually I want to get into hammers and pulls, but we'll start those a little higher up on the neck. That's a preview of future lessons. So for now, thumping with your left hand, that's going to be all we're going to talk about at the moment. Okay, so now let's talk about a right hand. And what I want to do with that is a simple Rasgueado. So, in case you're wondering, I don't use a footstool. I mean, I do sometimes, but most of the time I play an acoustic with a strap, or I also have a nylon string guitar that uses a strap. And the thing that's good about the strap is it brings the guitar to, well, if it's adjusted right, of course, you don't want to see your strap way down here. That's not so great either. But in case you're interested, I do use, this is called an ergo play. And I tied a shoelace to it because I saw someone else do it and I thought it was a little bit of a weird idea, but when I used it, I thought it was a good idea. So you pull it around the back like a person who plays bassoon and you sit on it and the guitar stays really still. All right. So I do two things. Sometimes I put a mute under the string. This is an old sock. And I just like rolled it up and put it under the string. So now the strings sound like this, which is, they don't sound, they're just thumpy. That's one thing I do. Another thing I do sometimes is I just put my fingers over the string and mute them that way. And when we're doing things for only right hand, let me adjust the screen a little. Aldor, you can help me set up a better camera deal. We'll have a talk about it or something. Anyway, so no left hand right now, so you can mute it off here just like this or down here. All right, so I'm going to take my four fingers, not the thumb. I know my thumb's one of my fingers literally, but we're going to go like this. So what I'm going for is all fingers flicking, no elbow movements, so to speak, just fingers. So I often use the analogy of water, like you're at a swimming pool and you're trying to have a little water fight with your friend. And that's the move you want. This is good for so many reasons. Mostly it strengthens your hand. It gets your fingers all working together. And if you can prevent yourself from going like this, which strumming, these are new strings and they're leaning out of tune. That's great. But right now we're talking about something in keeping with the preparing your hands to learn. And that is just flicking the four strings, the four fingers rather, on the muted string. So you're getting as strong a sound as you can get by doing that. Okay, now after that, we're going to flick with your thumb. Now this is, you're flicking your hand like you're trying to hit it with your thumb. Not like this. Okay, that's using your arm. God bless your arm. We want to use our arms. Yes, we need to. But for this right now, it's just flicking with your thumb. So out with your fingers, up with your thumb, until you can alternate them and feel comfortable about it. Now, if you haven't done this before, after a couple of minutes, you'll feel the burn in your arm a little, a nice healthy burn that says you're exercising it, you're strengthening it. And isn't that exactly what we're trying to do here today? Yep. And so if you put the mute under your strings like I did a minute ago, it'll be something like this. And if you know any chords, I'm going to do A minor and an E. Okay. A minor, E. Now, even if you're really good on guitar already, this the purpose is strengthening your hand. So again, you've got your A minor and your E going on, or whatever chord you choose to play. But the real thing you're doing is strengthening this move so that it sounds nice and clear. If you hear that little sound over there, it's my co-manager, Miles. He's a 15-pound Maltese Terrier, and he's digging into something right now. So if he's happy, we're just going to keep going. I'm almost done anyway. I don't know what that is. I will have to look up the word, but I'm calling it Rasgueado. So I think that if you spelled Rasgueado instead of, whatever, in Spanish guitar, it's not spelled like that, but it looks really close. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Rasgueado. Very simple though. I mean, this is nowhere near the level of like a flamenco player or anything like a real flamenco player. So anyway, that's what that is. It's to build strength. This is to build strength and, the thumping. So now if you want to do some things with your hands together, no mute, then I'll spell it for you. If I can figure out how to, it's RASGE, oopsie, EADO. I spelled something wrong. There should be a U there. Not there. Man, this computer wants to put the letters where it wants to put them. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Aldor. Did I get it right? I did. Yay. What do you know? Okay. All right. So here's your next stop. I recommend a G scale because you can, oh my goodness gracious. And I recommend you tune your guitar before you start your live stream. All right, G, A, G, A. I mean, you probably know all these notes, but just in case you don't, G, A, and then the second string is A, B, C, D, B, C, D. So open 1, 3, and then, and I recommend doing this with 2 and 4. Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. You are skipping this finger. Do you know why? That gets all 4 of your fingers involved with the G scale. Now, so your goal is to play those notes really clearly. And how do you play them? For now, however you are comfortable. All your thumb or your finger, whatever's comfortable for you. And that's what my next thing was, is to get a nice clear sound on your scale, and an easy scale, something like that G, because it's all on our first 3 strings. Okay. So that would be a way to get some notes together. But we have to talk more about the right hand, but that'll be another lesson. Like I said, I'm trying to keep these around 15 minutes and not talking forever, but I'm talking forever. So then it would be chords, as we were doing before. Like I said, tune your guitar before the live stream, which I didn't do. And they are new strings. So the other thing I suggest is block chords. So if you put your fingers on the strings and just move them all together. Alrighty. So that's the end of today's lesson. So to sum up, feet flat on the floor, relax your upper body, thump with your left hand fingers. No right hand involved in that. And then on your right hand, just flick out, flick up, and you can put that together with easy chords. And I introduced a G scale just so you can have something to pick if you want to do some single notes. Okay, now I confess I did not prepare in advance. I mean, I've known ever since last week that I was going to do another one of these Wednesday at the same time, but I didn't publicize it on all my social media. And here's Miles to say hello or goodbye, as it were. So I will be doing it next week and forever, unless I put a note up that says I'm canceling it. But I will try to start right away as soon as I know. Skittles says, you know Skittles? I have to figure out how to do mods and make Tina a mod and do all the things I need to do here. But I mean, hey, I did a live stream and I hope it helped you a little bit. So if there's no big burning questions, I will thank you for being here for now and say till next week. I didn't play anything today except some chords, but that's okay. I feel like I should play something for you every time, but yeah, I do. I mean, I have somebody also, but maybe I need to talk to your person. I'm not sure. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to sign off. If you have questions, you can leave them in the I'll see you later tonight. Aldor, nos vemos después. Yeah, so if you have any questions, put them in the chat, and I will answer them there. So thank you, everybody, and I will see you next week here, and who knows where else in between. Okay, bye-bye.